to the channel. I'm Becky, and if you're new here then welcome and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. I'm going to be reviewing the M&S cake box mixes because if you're like me, you might have got yourself into a pickle one or two times where it's someone's birthday or you've got guests coming around and you don't have time to whip up a full cake or a full batch of brownies or anything like that. So these are just always good staples to have in the cupboard, and I thought I'd seen the new cinnamon bun mix from M&S, so why not try it out and see what it looks like. Without further ado, grab yourself a drink and let's go on with the video. Okay, so the first one we're going to make is this cinnamon bun mix, mainly because I have tried every which way to make cinnamon buns, and no matter how hard I try, you can always get them cooked on the outside and the one in the middle just never cooked, and then you're having to like properly knead the dough and all that. So I thought I'd give this a go. I've seen some really good reviews on TikTok and I think it was only £2.50 and it says it makes 8 cinnamon buns. So in the box you get the dough mix with a cinnamon sugar mix and icing drizzle mix, and all you need to add to it is 1 egg, some milk and some unsoftened butter. So this is the box that it comes in, and then I've got these three sachets. So I've got the cinnamon sugar, the icing mix, and I'm guessing that's the dough mix. It says to empty the contents into the bowl and add the butter, the egg and the milk. Mix together until fully combined. Knead the dough for 10 minutes until it forms a smooth elastic dough. So if you've got a dough hook, an electric mixer, you could probably just pop it in there. And then we're going to have to roll it out. So let's see what this turns out. And then you need a square tin as well. So I'll get one of those out. So the mix doesn't look like anything special. It just looks like some flour, to be fair. And then I need the butter, egg and milk. I'm going to heat up some of the butter in the microwave just to soften it, but you can just leave it out on the side beforehand. So I've got my milk. I'm going to measure it out into the jug. And then you don't have to pre-mix it, it just says to add it all in. So, and then this is where I'm probably going to go red and flushed because it's going to be 10 minutes of kneading it, so it's going to be a proper arm workout. It says until it forms a smooth and elastic dough. See, this is the time where I can't really be bothered to make stuff like this because I'm just like, I could just buy this and save myself the hassle. But this is meant to be making it easier. So, and like I said, if you do have an electric mixer, which I do, I just don't know where the dough hook is, and just pop it in that and it'll do the dough for you. Okay, so always read the instructions basically, because I didn't realise that I have to leave this in a warm area for an hour to double in size, and then you roll it out, you can cut the pieces, and then you're going to have to rest it for another 30 minutes. So by the time this is finished, God knows what time we're going to be on. So in the meantime, I'm going to dust up my surface because I've just been kneading it in some flour. It was quite a wet sticky dough, so I'd probably make sure you've got some flour in to add to it just to smooth it out a bit. But in the meantime, while that's rising and doubling, we're going to try the dark chocolate brownie mix and the cookie mix as well. So these should be pretty straightforward. It is just brownie mix. You just need 100 grams of butter, 90 millilitres of cold water, and then a square or a round baking tin. Just whisk it all together and pop it in basically. And the cookies are the exact same. You get your cookie mix, you need some butter, you don't need any eggs, just some water, and then you can pop them straight in the oven. So we'll try these, see what these come out like, and then I'll give a taste review at the end as well, so we can kind of compare and see what the difference is between all of them. Now this brownie mix, a sugar and egg pack, a flour and cocoa pack, and a chocolate chip pack. So it's a bit more bougie, but then they're just splitting it into 3 different bags, and I feel like we could probably have just mixed all this together and we could have just put it in the mixing bowl. But anyway, so I will add all this together and then I'll show you a close-up of what it looks like, and let's see what's in this chocolate cookie mix as well. I think these were all £2.50 per pack. To me, Betty Crocker brownies are the standard. If you find yourself in a fix and you need something, they're always great to have. So I'd be interested to see if the M&S ones live up to the name as well. Also, if you can see that I'm quite flushed, it's because I'm in a jumper and I've just been mixing that mix. That's why my cheeks are a bit flushed. So it says that these should just take 15 minutes in the oven for the cookies and 30 minutes in the oven for the brownies. So I'll mix those up, show you the close-ups, and then I'll show you what they're like when they're out. Okay, so my cinnamon dough has been pre-ving for an hour. I think I might have added too much butter to the mix because it said to add 85 grams of unsalted butter, but then in the instructions it says 50 grams because then you need 35 grams to spread out on top, so that might be why it was a bit wetter. We'll see how they turn out. It is still quite sticky, so I'm going to get some plain flour, and then also you've got to do another prove for 30 minutes after this one. So update on the brownie mix as well. It's not getting points for me so far because I think it looked like a nice box brownie mix, but you end up having to do just basically all the steps that you do if you're making them from scratch, because you ended up having like 3 different bowls. You had to melt the chocolate and the butter together, whisk together like the egg, butter, sugar mix, and then the flour and dry ingredients mix was separate as well. So by the time you're done, you might as well have just kind of done a normal brownie mix. So I think so far for me, the Betty Crocker one's going to win, just purely on the fact that all you have to do is add some eggs to the mix and you're good to go. Whereas that one, it was quite a few steps and it got a lot of bowls messy as well. Although you didn't have to have any eggs for that, so if you've not got any in, it saves you going out to the shops for those. But yeah, so wasn't impressed with that. The cookie mix looks better, so hopefully that'll be better. So it says to roll out a rectangle approximately 30 by 20 centimetres. Spread 30 grams of butter over the dough, then sprinkle the cinnamon sugar mix, and then I need to roll it and cut it into 8 pieces. I'm going to get a nice bit of flour on my surface so it doesn't stick. I have rolled this out. I'm going to just soften up some butter so it's easier to spread over it. But yeah, so overall, I'd say the brownie mix is just a miss from me because it took too long to prep. There was too many bowls that you had to use. It was just a bit of a mess. I think the cookie mix will be good, and they gave you a lot of chocolate chips for the cookies. And I do think the cinnamon roll one will be good. It's obviously just quite a lot of messing with resting the dough, but that's what you get when you're making cinnamon buns anyway. I don't know, I just thought with it being a box mix, you wouldn't have to do anything like that. So I'm just spreading this over, just to get a nice layer for the cinnamon sugar mix to stick to. And then I think we just sprinkle this over the entire thing. It smells really nice. They give you a lot of this. Okay, and then I think I need to roll it that way. So if I bring the sugar right to the end so it covers it all, and then I'm just going to try and get a nice tight roll. And then it says to cut it into 8 even pieces into a lined tin, sideways with 1 roll in the middle. Cover and rest for a further 30 minutes. So I need a 7-inch round tin. I thought it was going to be in a square tin. Okay, so it's time to take the cookies out as well. So I always slam down the cookies because you get a good crisp on them then. I'm just going to, oh, half of my cookies just fallen off. Just going to slide them off of the greaseproof paper onto the cooling tray. I mean, they look like good cookies. They look like they could taste really nice. I put those on the side to cool. I actually need the greaseproof paper from those to line this tin with because I am out, and otherwise I know these are going to stick so bad. So I need 8, so I'm going to start in the middle. Alexa, stop timer. Go in the middle again, and then same again. That was also the timer telling me the brownies are done. I should have not done 3 different baked things at once because the kitchen is just hectic right now. The brownie looks quite solid. This is what it's currently looking like. It's got that nice like crackle effect on top. So that can just stay on the side to cool for a minute. Now I'm just gonna use this paper. I'm gonna line this tin very haphazardly, And then it says to just kind of put them around the outside, and then you're gonna have one in the center. Okay, so they actually fit really nicely in there. I do have some leftover sugar, so I'm gonna sprinkle that on the top. I'll just show you what they look like up close. They're actually looking pretty good. So I'm just going to sprinkle some of this over and then cover with cling film and leave in a hot place again for another 30 minutes. Okay, so meanwhile, I'm just going to tidy this up and then I will show you the cookies and the brownies up close and we will review them. Okay, so I've just taken them out of the second proof. I'm a bit pushed for time, so they didn't have as long as they should have. But I did put them in the oven as it was cooling down, so it created quite a nice little proving drawer for them. They have doubled really nicely and you can actually see the swirls a lot better now. So it says to put them in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes, so I'm going to do that. The cinnamon sugar smells so good. This is the current situation with what we're dealing with. So I'm going to put those in and then I'll show you the brownies and the cookies as well because they're just cool and behind me. Alexa, set a timer for 25 minutes.
25 minutes, starting now.
Okay, so we've got the brownies and the cookies as well. So it just makes like a little square tin. It smells really good. I like the crackled effect that it's got on the brownie as well. I think that always shows like a good box brownie mix. The cookies now, these are really good. As you can tell, this one didn't even have a chance to cool down. I have eaten half of it already. I think they're definitely more of a gooey cookie. I don't know whether I just needed to leave them longer, but these taste so good. You can tell I have a mouthful of cookie as I'm saying that. So good. We'll chop the brownies because I want to see what texture they are. Now they are still slightly warm, but I just don't think you can go wrong with a Betty Crocker brownie mix. And like I said, unless these are the best brownies I've ever had in my entire life, I don't think I would buy, hang on, I'm just eating brownies and cookies as I'm going on. Yeah, unless these are the nicest brownies I've ever had, I don't think I would buy that cake box mix. Cake box mix? Cake box mix. Because it was just so complicated. There was 3 different bags and I don't know, if I'm getting a cake box mix, I literally just want to put it in a mixing bowl, add some eggs, add some butter, whap it in the oven and be done. Also, I look very menacing. I should not be waving a knife around. If I cut these, so the box says, let's see how many it says it makes. Okay, so this says it makes 9 brownies, which is a bit more realistic. If I've got chocolate in my teeth, it's because I've been eating these brownies and cookies. The Betty Crocker one said it made like 16. Well, it was in the same size tin as this, which is like, this one says it makes, I've literally just read it, 9. So we're doing a 3x3 on this basically, which to be fair is a good size. But I like that M&S are a bit more realistic with the portion sizes. They're not making you think that you're gonna get more than you actually are. Okay, it's cut really well. Okay, that looks like quite a decent brownie. It looks like a nice fudgy brownie. I honestly at this point, if I have any more of them, I think I will be sick because I've eaten so many of the cookies and stuff now. But I mean, it's a strong contender for the Betty Crocker, but for the simplicity of the Betty Crocker and for it to be the same price, I would always use that. The cookies, hands down, so good. I'll show you the cinnamon buns as well when they come out. But yeah, so overall we've got Betty Crocker brownie mix, M&S brownie mix just on taste, but I actually wouldn't buy the M&S brownie box mix again, so that kind of disqualifies it. M&S cookie mix, top notch. Cinnamon buns, yet to review. So keep posted. Okay, so the cinnamon buns have been in for the amount of time that it says. I never know how to tell whether these are cooked all the way through though. I mean, they look quite well cooked. This is what they're currently looking like. Hopefully I focused on that. I mean, they smell and look really good, to be fair. I'd probably say they look a bit crusty on top, but I don't know whether that's just me. So I'm going to leave these. It says to drizzle on once they've cooled down. So what I'll do is, you're going to see some different clips now they look like as we pull them apart, so you can see kind of how they look like, and I'll give you a taste review also. Okay guys, well if you've enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button also. I have loved trying out pre-done cake box mixes to try and find the best one. There is just nothing better than it when you are really strapped for time and just need something quick and easy to do. If you've liked this video, please comment down below the cupcake emoji and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks guys, bye!